Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing well on this Wednesday, right? Wednesday evening, early evening. Yeah, I haven't been on in a while, but I'm here now. It's been like probably at least a week, I think, give or take, or about a week. But nonetheless, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome and thank you for stopping in. I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Hit that like button to help support the channel, so on and so forth. And if this message does not resonate with you, check out the other videos. There might be something that, that might resonate. My girl Lati's in the building. Another one of my girls is here too. Look at that. What's up, Queen? Happy to see y'all popping in. I'm grateful for you guys. So with that said, nice perfect segue into what I was going to say next anyway. For those of you who've been rocking with your girl for a while, thank you for the continued support and welcome back. So I love and miss you guys. I know I haven't been like around as much, but I had some stuff going on and things are slowly looking up. So love you too. So yes, things are about to start slowly looking up again, and just trying to keep that motivation and all that stuff. And that is why I decided to do this particular reading today. I feel like a lot of people are going through a lot of different things. I know like there's things in retrograde and all kind of stuff. Like there's a lot going on. The energy is kind of heavy for a lot of people, just generally speaking. So I felt like it would be a good idea to just kind of give us, myself included, a sense of motivation to keep pushing forward, understand our circumstances a little bit more, and where to go from here, kind of thing. So without further ado, I've cleansed the space already. I've been trying to figure out which cards do I feel guided to use first. I feel like I want to use these first. So let's dive in. All right, so Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective energy. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. And yeah, let's get started. All right, so I split the deck. We have secrets, moving in silence, hidden factors, lack of communication, not having all the facts, and moon is on the bottom, which is also like something about like something hidden, but it's in the reverse. So something might have come to late. Not sure what that is. Listen to your intuition, intense emotions, deception, hidden truth. Proceed with caution. So I'm not sure what that's about. But I'm hoping that that it's not anything crazy, right? um, Hi, Kel. How are you? Thank you for tapping in. I hope that you stick around and you like what you see here. I hope you get something out of this message. It is a collective message at this time. So, please take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind. But yeah, so I'm going to do a couple more shuffles and then we're going to see what's going on, because I wonder what this quote unquote energy of secrecy is. Like, what's that? Something coming to the light. Especially as we're talking about healing and working on self and remaining positive and stuff. I'm trying to figure out what that might mean. Maybe like a severance of a relationship that might have hit kind of hard for somebody. Maybe relationship with self being like kind of blind. I just heard blinded to my pain. Interesting. All right, well, let's see what's going on. Bottom of the deck we have Angel, divinely guided. Ask for help from your angels. You are protected. Pay attention to signs and dreams. It's in the reverse. I feel like there's been some things that you need to pay attention to, and maybe you're not paying the closest attention to it at this time. Not sure what those things are yet, but we're going to tap in a little bit deeper and see what's going on. See what's going on with the collective at this time. Fragmented. The picture is incomplete. Split in your energy. Too many things going on at once. Having too many options. Interesting. So maybe a sense of confusion. It's giving me kind of a Seven of Cups vibes. What's more? Mm. Yeah, remember I was saying like maybe severance of ties with somebody or something like that. That might be one of the things for somebody. We have deep thinking here, thinking twice on a decision, preoccupied with one's thoughts, self reflection, being analytical and logical. Came out along with sadness, disappointment, regret, depression, unwelcome change. So that's kind of what I was feeling. I'm like, was there some type of like you had to like kind of see the truth about something or someone, even if it's within self for some, um, that self deception I'm getting. Like if things had to kind of come to light, things coming to the surface, having to really see things for what it really is, because there were some blockages happening. Brick wall, unsurmountable obstacle, blocked for your highest good, not able to make progress, time to do things differently. So, huh, let's get a few more from here, maybe two or three more from here, get a little more insight. Contracts, important legal matters, agreement between two parties, making something official, applications and signatures. Reading this intuitively, it could be saying that to me. This is what I'm picking up on. There could have been like a severance of like a karmic cycle, like a karmic cycle. I can't even get the words out. Karmic cycle that might have come to an end. And the fact that anybody who's been through a karmic cycle or relationship or anything like that, and when I say relationship, I'm not talking about just romantic. I mean in general. Um, Again, relationship with self, relationship with friends, family, so on and so forth, work, um closing out cycles in order to begin new ones. Manifestation is here on the bottom of the deck, 7-11, as I said that. So it's like, in order for one thing to start, another thing has to end first. And it might have you kind of in your head a little bit, kind of in a sense of kind of like Five of Cups energy, crying over spilt milk. But it's like these were things that needed to happen this way in order to get to where you're about to go. But sometimes, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel when you're going through it, right? And it's like, hence again why I felt kind of connected with this idea of doing this message of like healing and, finding some motivation at this time, because Lord knows when you're again when you're in the thick of it and you're going through what you're going through, people could tell you until they're blue in the face, oh, everything's gonna be fine, but like, or you could try to tell yourself that, but mindset is mindset, of course, but like at the same time, like, your feelings are your feelings, and how you feel is how you feel, and you should own that, own your feelings. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, and then move on from there, because Moon is here again. Listen to your intuition, intense emotions, deception, hidden truth, proceed with caution, along with reconciliation. So there might be, like I said, there could have been an ending of some type of relationship. Rand, don't start. Um, there could have been an ending of a relationship, when something came to the forefront, something that was hidden and behind the scenes at one point in time. And now that you understand what was going on, the reconciliation don't seem like it's something that's going to happen. It says restoration of former connections, apologies, forgiveness, trying again in a different way in conversations. So I do feel like what they're trying to say is, whatever this was, it's closed out already. I heard phased out. This is something that's been phased out already, and you're moving on from it. I'm also getting, for some, if it's romantic, possibly, or not even just romantic, but for some of you, I'm picking up on romance in this particular aspect of things. If a person comes in with a love offer who you've already had ties with before, be very, very mindful of what they are trying to get out of you, is what I'm kind of getting. Um, for others, it could even be partnerships, like in terms of like business or work related stuff. So, let's say you've quit a job before, and now they're like contacting you saying, "Hey, do you want to come work for us again?" And you know that place is not where you want to be. Things like that. So just be mindful of people and their approach and why they're coming towards you. Top of the deck, we have rebuilding. rebuilding your life after loss, investing a lot of effort, ready to take action to improve, and that's determination and drive. So that's very, very, very interesting. Travel. Some of you guys might be moving or have moved on, like physically moved, or it's more of a abstract way of saying like you've moved on from the situation, distanced yourself from it. Let's get one more from this deck. But whatever this was, I feel like this is something that for those of you who end up resonating with this message, it's giving me like it was a hard pill to swallow. It was not something that you wanted to do, but it's something that almost like inevitably it just had to happen like this, and you were guided for things to happen this way. Almost giving me like tower moment kind of vibes, like everything got shaken up. Didn't really necessarily want it to happen like this, but it just had to. Two cards came out together. We have ghosting, sudden disappearing acts, cutting off all communication, feeling rejected, dealing with lack of closure. See, so somebody from the past might be trying to come back for closure. Um, but we have pink diamond here too. They came out together. Rare opportunity or find, one of a kind love, unique creative expression, wealth, and prosperity. So again, 1144, as I said that. The fact that you've allowed yourself to close out that and phase out that cycle is what's going to be allowing for new things to be presented in your life, new blessings, and with teamwork on the bottom of the deck in the reverse. Again, a severance of some type of relationship that closed out. For some of you, it might even be work related. You have hot mess here on the top of the deck. Disorderly habits, untidy mind, chaotic, messy situation, feeling miserable and unhappy, being irresponsible. So, that could be part of the reason why this severance had to happen. But again, if this is somebody who you held really close and dear to your heart, in whatever capacity, it made it very difficult to move forward. Yeah. But this is a situation or person that was causing a lot of by having that in your life, that person or that situation in your life, it was causing a lot of blockages. And hearing like weird shit. um, I'm hearing more than one, like it's weird. It sounds like radio frequency when you're trying to like dial in on something. That's what I just heard like in my head. And then it also sounded like a plane or something overhead. It was weird because it happened at the same time. I'm like, a plane is explainable. I lived near Sikorsky and in uh, Bridgeport Stratford line, so like, planes go over all the time. But then like that other part was kind of weird. Any like last message from this deck? That's too many cards. I'm taking all those. Way too many. It's damn near half the deck. For those of you who are resonating, if you haven't done so already, definitely hit that like button or let me know in the comment section. This is very interesting because I don't know where it's going just yet. But yeah, you have birth here. New opportunities, starting over, reinventing yourself, birth of a child, idea, or project. So I kind of said that. New opportunities kind of presenting themselves as you close out that old cycle. For some of you, could even be a new love offer coming in. Being asked out on a date, love to the next level, positive, new love coming in, a job offer you love. So, hey, I was just thinking about you, Allie. Another one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. My soully, my bestie, one of my sisters. Um, Definitely check her out. Her and Lati too from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. Definitely check them out. Amazing people, amazing readers. Love you too. I had told myself before I started this, I was like, I think I should call Allie after I'm done with this reading. I just for whatever reason I said that out loud to myself. I was like, I should call Allie after I get off of here. So hopefully you're available in a little while when I get off of here so we can chat because I do miss you. um, we have rebuilding here again on the top. So, rebuilding your life after a period of loss, right? If it's work related, things are about to get better in that regard. If it's love related, things are going to get better with that too. So it's like, I am definitely picking up, and ironically, I don't know why I didn't say it out loud before, but when I saw the ghosting card, I also thought about the hermit, and then we have isolation here. Ironically enough, I thought it in my head, just didn't say it out loud. Um, but yeah, like it says, being emotionally removed, choosing to be alone, recharging your mind and body, and introspection. Ironically enough, I also just put up a post on my Facebook yesterday talking about being in hermit mode, and how sometimes, people who are like myself and a lot of my spiritual folks here kind of probably go through something similar where, when you're going through stuff, you don't want to bother anybody. You're like, I got to handle this on my own. It's getting a little dark because the sun is going down, but I don't want to turn on the lamp. Or not the lamp, but the ring light. I want to keep my glasses on so I can actually see, because I'd be blind as a fucking bat. So I can actually see right now. But yeah, so like, sometimes, I was trying to refrain from this. I'm gonna get myself a seltzer, a hard seltzer from the fridge. Yeah, I have a couple beers in there, and the weather is like breaking, and I love drinking like either like a seltzer or vodka soda, or like a beer when the weather starts breaking. Like, I don't like to have anything too heavy, but these are good. So anyway, um, sometimes when you're going through stuff and you're on your spiritual journey, having time alone and just kind of being in your own energy, your own company. Random start. As lonely as it can be at times, like it's sometimes necessary in order for you to kind of have that sense of growth and understanding when it comes to your own circumstances. Not to say that other people can't help you through it, but more just the fact that, sometimes like that time alone to be able to concentrate on, okay, so what does this mean right now? Like, why am I going through this? Processing your own feelings, understanding what it all means, and regrouping and being able to say, okay, this is what is happening right now, and go from there. Excuse me. Again, it could be lonely at times, but I just heard, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl. Spirit's funny. But yeah, so like, as much as, it's good to, rely on people who you care about and who love you and things like that, it's also good to be able to know, like, ironically, as I say that, look, the collective is on the top of the deck, which is about your tribe, essentially. Look at that. All is connected, collective growth, and supported. You can't make this stuff up even if you wanted to. That's just right there. Sutton told me to just say, hey, let's look on the top of the deck because he was there. Lo and behold, right? So it's like, so I definitely felt drawn to this deck for a reason. Because I didn't even shuffle it or anything yet. But yeah, again, just that energy of being able to process your own feelings of what you got going on in your life, and then being able to, rely on, those who are close to you, who want to listen to what you have to say, and, being able to be there for each other in the process as well, um, not to say like to not, be willing to talk to people if you really need it, right? Because it's like, if you're, like for instance, if you're like severely depressed, you probably should talk to somebody, right? But what I mean is more like, things that you can process on your own, things that, are a part of the journey when it comes to your growth. I'm not talking about mental health issues. I'm talking about, because that's a whole different thing. I'm not sitting here diagnosing people or anything like that. Don't want nobody to be like, well, I watched this girl on YouTube and she said, even if you're severely depressed, just do it by yourself. Like, no, 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 that's not what I'm saying. Not at all. In such a case, you probably want to go get therapy. Just saying. I actually want to probably start doing therapy again myself. So, yeah. But, yeah, just understanding, like I said, where you are on your journey. Not everybody's going to understand what's going on because your circumstances are yours and yours alone. But there are times where there's an overlap with people who you might know who can, if you ever do divulge, who can be there and say, hey, you know what? I went through something similar. This is how I processed it. Or just know that, just keep your head up. You can get through this. Even if it doesn't feel like it at this time, right? Bottom of the deck, we have star, divine. Inner divine, deities, guidance, clarity, and protection, right? Relying on something outside of yourself to be able to have that sense of inner strength. When we try to do everything by ourselves, you can't do it all by yourself, right? You have to be able to rely on something, even if it's not like people around you, source, whatever you believe in, right? Nature, spending time in nature, meditation, prayer, so on and so forth. Whatever your thing is, whatever that looks like to you. Like I pray every single day, multiple times, about 3 times a day, um, to the Creator, God, whatever you want to call it. But I pray every day. Um, and that's one of the things that helps me feel connected to something outside of myself that allows me to feel a sense of strength when I feel weak. Tell us more. Let's get maybe 3 from here. Self-love and surrender and flow. All right, so we got excuse me, self-love, self-acceptance, self-care. Ironically, I like stared at the self-care deck while I was taking cards out. Compassion and vulnerability. Interesting. Being able to know that this part of your journey may have a lot to do with your relationship with self. I did say that in the beginning. I was like, for those of you who are not resonating with it being a romantic relationship or a partnership like with work or something like that, it could be about your relationship with self. You also have surrender and flow. Ride the waves, tap into state, and let go. So a process of surrendering. Some of you might, as I said a little while ago, like literally like maybe a couple minutes ago, I was saying, for some of you, nature might be your thing. I love spending time out in nature. Don't go asking me to go hiking or no shit like that, because if there's bugs and shit involved or it's too fucking hot, no, it's not happening. But I like, going to a park or a beach, things like that. Um, yeah, but I'm getting something about kind of like being in a flow like state. Some of you might like being by large bodies of water. Um, I know I love being by the water. For somebody who can't swim worth a damn, I love being by water. Um, so that might be something that calls out to you. You might want to look into orishas, um, if that's your thing. Um, Interesting. Tell us more. Say like 2 more from here. Thank you. We have expression, and it came out in the reverse. Find voice, bottled up emotions, communicate. So holding things back, right? And that's why they're saying this is the time to surrender, let go of all those feelings. Because the thing is, like, especially as it connects back to the self-love thing, not allowing yourself to be fully expressive, um, holding back on your emotions and what you really feel, that that comes that's going to create a space of lack within yourself. And what I mean by that is, I know that sounds like a weird way to phrase it, but like wrench. Um, the more that you hold back on the things that you want to say, and you're not fully expressive of your needs, the things that are valuable to you, the things that are meaningful to you, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not allowing yourself to really be authentic, is what I'm kind of getting there. And trust me, I know what that feels like. This could be a part. Oh wow, look. See, I just randomly decided to look on the bottom of the deck. Death and rebirth. Some of you might be seeing the number 5 a lot, or 13 a lot. Transformation, new love or cycle, release resistance. As her wrote of release resistance, maybe for a long time, try to resist change and trying to just kind of, be like, okay, well, if I just go this way, I don't have to, I won't have to be faced with the obstacle of having to change. And then it's like, oh, now life is being all shaken up, and I have no choice but to fucking change. So yeah, that might be some confirmation. Boyfriend just texted me. Yeah, so it's like, you gotta, for those of you who are resonating with this portion of the reading, definitely something about expression, right? Um, and not holding back so much. Tell us more. But yeah, having to surrender to a big part, because surrendering to change is hard. It's very, very hard to surrender to change. Wrench. Right. Yep, see, look, it's here again. Death and Rebirth is here again. I already read the card like literally a second ago. Card that came out with it is Sky, Expansion. Befriend mind, inner freedom, expand consciousness. See, the thing is, your thoughts might be one of the things that have been fucking with you bad, because we had, what was it? I believe it was these two cards that came out together. Earlier, yep, they sure enough did. So sadness and then deep thinking, those had came out together. So you've been, for some of you guys, you've been deep in your thoughts, and these are not necessarily good thoughts. And you kind of start to feel like you're becoming a slave to your, how you think, how you perceive things. And the thing is, mindset only goes so far. You know what I mean? Like, I said that to myself earlier this morning. Like, I just was having a pep talk with myself for whatever odd reason. And I was like, I was driving, and I just randomly said, mindset can only take you so far. Because you can sit there until you're blue in the face and say things out loud, and you could do mantras and stuff. Not to say that they don't work, but because I do feel that they do. But at the same time, it's really about reframing and reshaping too. So if you're holding on to negative thoughts and expressions and things of that nature, like, where do you think you're gonna go with that? Don't be your own worst enemy. Don't let your thoughts be your own worst enemy. Bottom of the deck, we have intuition here. Intuition versus fear. Ren, enough. No, thank you. All done. Talking to her like my students, and she understands. Yeah, exactly. Go to your little cat house. You're fine. Chill. Um, Intuition versus fear. Connect to soul. Trust self and source. Look at that. Trust self and source. Wow. Unapologetic in the reverse. Remember I was saying, like, I feel like you guys are not being as authentic as you can and should be. Be yourself. Release societal expectations. Be a mess. Allow yourself, this in the reverse, allow yourself to be a mess. Allow yourself to make mistakes. It's okay. And don't beat yourself up for it. You know what I mean? Allow yourself to, you know, be as authentic and true to yourself as possible. Boundaries. This was on the bottom of the deck, I think, when yeah, it was on the bottom of the deck when I initially got these out. It's in the reverse. Reclaim space, inner, outer, and energetic boundaries. So in the reverse, because some of you guys might have a hard time with setting boundaries. Lord knows I have a hard time with that shit. That is something I have yet to fucking master. Still struggle with that. But for those of you who are resonating with this, again, being able to, if it's like a relationship outside of yourself, being able to say, hey, look, this is how I feel, being authentic about how you feel, using your sense of true expression. um I think this is probably one of the biggest like lessons right now that you might be going through, almost like a karmic lesson possibly. um Being able to figure out the importance and understand the importance now of speaking up for self, being authentic. Throat chakra. Granted, I'm drinking something bubbly, but nonetheless, makes a lot of sense to me. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna pull from the tarot. I'm not sure how I want to do this. Do I want to do a spread? Yeah. We have the High Priestess here. I'm gonna split the deck. Some of you might be intuitives, might have some spiritual gifts, but we also saw energy of something being hidden too, right? So it could be like a hidden knowledge or something of some sort. Remember I said something might have came to the forefront that was hidden for a while. Like I said, this is a collective message, so it's going to be different for everybody. Please take the messages as they resonate. Throughout the reading, I'll give different scenarios of what I pick up on. And, if the messages are making sense to you, great. If they don't, you could watch for entertainment purposes, or you can check out other readings on here that might be your story. Thank you. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Cups. That's about outpouring of happiness and love, new beginnings when it comes to love. Um, it's a beautiful card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. I like that. So for some of you, I already said this, for some of you it is love related, but it's not going to be the case for everybody. But I'm also getting, remember how we were talking about self-love, that relationship with yourself, pouring into yourself more. King of Wands on the top. Might have dealt with a player back in the day or something. Somebody who might have been manipulative. Or you're trying to, another thing I'm getting is yeah, that's what it is. You might have dealt with somebody who was like manipulative, maybe emotionally manipulative, sold you like a hope and a dream. And then you realize that that person was not what they were cracked up to be. And that could be why this was such a hard, thing to walk away from, causing you to feel fragmented and be all in your head. And ooh, is there a possibility for reconciliation and all this shit? And it's like, yeah, no, fuck that shit. You surrendered and walked away. Rightfully so. I did just see the Five of Swords. Remember I was saying that number 5, it seems prominent right now. And sorry, not Lati, Ali just kind of said something about it too. Um, Tell us more. What's the past energy? So we get a little bit more energy. Get tongue tied over here. A little bit more insight about what's going on with the collective when it comes to this energy here. What's going on here? Thank you. Yeah, see? You guys walked away, Eight of Cups, from something. For some of you, there could have been like a third-party situation. If this is romantic in particular. For others of you, if it's not romantic, maybe like it could have been a friend, somebody who you held in high regard in terms of friendship. Emperor on the top, on the bottom. Yeah, you learned a karmic lesson about somebody, whoever this person was. What I'm Seven of Cups. Remember, look, I said something about feeling like the Seven of Cups earlier when we saw the deep thinking card. So it's showing up here. This person kept you all in your fucking head. I'm getting this person was manipulative, maybe even controlling to an extent. If this is a person, but yeah, they caused you a lot of sense of burden. For some of you, you might even been married to this person. Which, if that were the case, I'm sorry that you went through that. And look, the Ace of Swords underneath that Justice card. So yeah, y'all was going through it. But I feel like at the same time, like while this person might have been possibly controlling, if this is romantic, of course, I'm also getting an energy of you guys have been saying fuck that. I'm gonna switch roles here. I'm gonna be the one to kind of take charge with authority over my life and not let anybody else do this to me anymore. I'm not allowing that. And it was hard. That's why, like, you guys notice I keep like kind of coughing and like burping, or my like I feel like I'm like fumbling over my words, stumbling over my words and shit. Like, a lot going on here, a lot of different energies. So it's kind of hard to pick up on the exact storyline because everybody's storyline is going to be different. um, Tell us more. All right. So we have Page of Swords here. So that's usually representing like somebody who is very curious. They're watching. We have Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. That's about teamwork, but it could also represent something going on in secret. So like a secret and hidden knowledge. So again, we talked about that earlier. So it's almost like you peeped game or something. I'm also getting, for some of you, especially if this is romantic, take the messages as they resonate. We have Judgment and Ace of Cups that kind of came out like kind of together as I was trying to see what was on the top. Um, so we have that Ace of Cups here twice. It's almost like as you're working on yourself, your happiness, you're in a really good place. Now there's somebody trying to watch and see what you're doing because they see you coming into your own. Ten of Pentacles here. You're getting your life together without them. And now they're going to try to come in with some type of fake ass offer because they see you doing great. The Star here and the Ace of Swords again. Justice. Yeah. It's almost like by releasing the energy of this person, now that you've done that, you're going to start seeing a lot of things happening in your life in a positive way. This person, if they're paying attention to you, like watching you online and shit like that, guess what? They're they're reeling in the fact that they're like, oh my god, I let this person go. Look how great they're doing without me. Motherfuckers never want to see nobody happy if it's not with them, or what? Yeah, if it's not with them. Like, you being happy by yourself, doing your own thing, and they thought they were gonna break you, or they thought that you were gonna be all fucked up without them type shit. They're like, oh hell no, what the fuck? They're doing great without me. And they're like, what? I didn't see that coming. But here you are, still standing. I'm still standing. Doing your own thing. But they're paying attention. Fuck out of here. And that's why they want to possibly come back and reconcile. And it's like, yeah, absolutely fucking not. So you're gonna have to use your voice to speak that truth and set those healthy boundaries. 3838, as I said that. So you're gonna have to be the one to set those boundaries and say, fuck you. Fuck you. that would be 1111, right? Come on now. Spirit ain't playing with y'all asses. They like, look, you got so much good shit coming towards you as you continue to work on yourself. They see all the hard work you've been putting in. You know, that sense of releasing and trusting and saying, okay, I'm gonna do this the right way for myself. Like, I'm not gonna keep on repeating these old patterns and habits and so on and so forth. Like, the more that you're working on yourself, those rewards are coming in, and you're gonna start to see a shift. You're gonna feel the shift. It's gonna probably happen possibly slowly. For some it might happen relatively fast. But just know there will be changes. And like, speaking just for myself, I can vouch and say that things have been like, this past, I don't know how long it's been now, this past um sorry, my mom's texting me. as as I was about to kind of talk about that, how ironic is that? So my mom, she was going through some health stuff, and she was in the hospital for 2 weeks. So like, she just came home last night. Very happy about that. And I felt like last night was the first night in over 2 weeks that I actually had quote unquote good sleep according to my Fitbit. And like, I didn't wake up in the middle of the night or anything. Like, I actually slept through the whole night. I haven't done that in weeks. So like, I felt really positive today. I just felt good. And I guess that's why I wear yellow. I've been wearing a lot of dark colors lately. But today I was like, I want to wear yellow. Um, I felt positive, and it's like when things start looking up in your life, like that's how it feels. It's like, it'd be like these little incremental things that happen and you're just like, wow, this feels good. Let's build on that. So that's kind of what I'm getting for some of you. Like, it might be very, very small little victories, and count all of those blessings, right? Never take those things for granted, because everything that's coming towards you in a positive way is all going to yield even more positive results with something even bigger down the line. That's how I feel about it. Tell us more. Hopefully I'm not rambling too much. I know I tend to do that on here. So for those of you who have been sticking around and, getting this message, receiving this message, I'm thankful for you, for deciding to stick around. Very, very grateful for y'all. All right, so we have Five of Swords here. That's about surrendering and walking away, essentially. But it could also be about trying to win at all costs. I'm getting more so a sense of walking away from something, like fully leaving it behind. Excuse me, a sense of closure. The World card is here on the bottom of the deck, and a car alarm is going off outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's definitely one going off every time I read. So confirmation for somebody, yeah, that sense of strength that was needed in order to, you know, find that sense of courage to say, you know what, I'm good. I don't want this anymore. Whatever this was. So again, that person who might be trying to come back around in whatever capacity it is, whether it's friend, family, romantic partner, an old job, like whatever the case, it's gonna be different for everybody. Your relationship, your old relationship with self, as abstract as that might be, um, knowing like how to finally release that, right, and say, okay, yeah, I'm good. I can't. Mm-mm. There's no part of me that wants to entertain that anymore, right? Temperance, finding a sense of peace and harmony and balance within yourself. Some of you might have Sagittarius in your chart. Some of you might have Leo in your chart. But nonetheless, that relationship within yourself right now, of being able to say, I'm gonna release anything that makes me feel like I'm not at peace. Oh shit! Someone got stabbed at my job. You can't make this shit up. All right, there's a lot going on, guys. I'm probably gonna have to start ending this reading because I gotta figure out what the fuck's going on. What the fuck? All right, so wow, there was a fight outside of my apartment a little while ago, and then now um my boss, he just texted me saying that someone got stabbed at the job. So I'm just like, wow. My job is right around the corner from my house. I'm just like, my secondary job. I'm just happy my black ass ain't there today. It's just too much, man. But okay, back to this. Um, one more card from here. My goodness. As soon as the weather starts breaking, people act fucking crazy. I'm just like, especially in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm like, get it together, guys. That's why I stay my black ass in the house. Can't nothing happen to you in the fucking house. King of Wands. Let's look at the surrounding energy. Yeah. felt that energy before. So for some of you, it could be a King of Wands person trying to come back around. The reason why I'm saying that is because I saw that energy earlier and I was like, I'm not sure what that means just yet. And I don't want to even go there and say, oh, I guess there's a past person trying to come spin the block. But we're seeing that energy now. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what it is. They're going to try to put some sex magic on your ass. Using that wand, they might be a fire sign. We have the Nine of Wands here. They're saying, man, listen, you've been through a lot with this situation already, especially for those of you who are resonating with this being the romantic thing. They're like, look, keep that guard up. Clank, clank. Keep them legs closed. Keep your wee in your pants, whatever the case. Like, keep yourself, and they talked about protection and boundaries a little while ago, right? Set those healthy boundaries because this person is going to come in. I said Knight of Wands. That's not the Knight of Wands, but Knight of Wands energy. I'm picking up on it. Yeah, and this is all wands, so they definitely probably have fire in their chart somewhere. But yeah, it's like that's fast moving energy, fast communication. They're gonna come out of nowhere, possibly with text messages or something like that, trying to talk, and you're gonna have to be the one to either shut that shit all the way down, or when I say that, I mean like block their ass. Like, nah, we're not even having a conversation. Or you can speak your mind, speak your truth, and then block their ass after. Because you're working on your happiness, right? You're trying to. I'm definitely picking up on somebody who has fire in their chart. They might be a Leo. The sun is here. Like, just know what their intentions are, and that you might want to just make sure that you're very mindful. Any last cards from any message from this deck here? Yeah, this is wild. Wild. It's hurt 46 as I said that. Wild West. That was funny. Oh, what is that? Death. Saw death and rebirth earlier, twice, and now we see it again. So I also said earlier you might be seeing the number 13 a lot. So, and then with like seeing repeated fives too, which is definitely about changes. Yeah, there's this energy of making very, very big changes, right? And closing out things, and you know big endings, and it's like it's all for the best. So this is the time to manifest the things that you've really been wanting to focus on at this time. You're more than capable of doing that. Taking a look at all these major arcanas. Look at this. The Fool on the top. Taking a leap of faith, moving in a new direction. Really starting from scratch. And the Wheel of Fortune. Look, another major arcana. So, and I had, ironically, had a feeling that this card was going to show, because in my head, I was like, fixed signs. I said fixed signs in my head. And this card is the fixed signs. So, some of you might have, some of you might be fixed signs. I'm actually I'm not a fixed sign. I'm not a cardinal either. I'm a mutable sign. But, yeah, wow. A lot going on here, guys. A lot going on. All right, I felt connected to these. My girl, she's not here right now, but Aya Inspired Tarot, she gifted these to me, and these are amazing. I love this deck. The moment that I used it, I was like, whoa, this deck is powerful. In fact, I think the first time I used it on myself, like, I cried a little bit. Like, it made me tear up. I was like, what? It was just that damn powerful. I was like, so I'm going to pick like 3 from here. And then I have 2 other decks to pull from, and that'll be the end of the reading. Actually, 2, 3. For the rest of the cards, though, like, that I'm pulling, like, it's not a lot. Like, I promise. I know, like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to pull from 3 more decks, but I'm only pulling, like, 1 or 2 cards from the rest of the remaining decks that I have here. I feel connected to them, and I feel like there's some important messages here, so... Excuse me. Covenant. Sacred contract. contracts earlier, sacred contract here. So remember I said I was picking up on energy of individuals who might have like some type of contract that had to be closed out and new contracts that are beginning. So you might also be seeing a lot of feathers. Let me know if that resonates with anybody. So also let me know that you're protected. So if you've been seeing a lot of feathers around, let me know if that makes any sense. All right, so let's get like 3 cards from here. Look, can't make this shit up. Y'all, I'm shuffling on camera. Y'all see me doing it, right? It's here officially on the spread. Wow. Two more from here. Okay. Got this icebox where my heart used to be. Don't ask me why I started saying that. I'm telling you guys are seeing the number 5 a lot. Spirit of the river. Movement toward adventure. So you guys are embarking on a new adventure, and you might be seeing the number 5, 5151 as I said that. Or 5101 rather when I said that. I'm not sure why that number popped into my head. I'm like 5101. It's not really an angel number or anything, but for some reason it just the spirit was like, oh yeah, say it. I'm like, okay. Somebody might be seeing that number a lot or something. Like when you look at the time, that happens to be the time. It's like, oh, I don't know, or like variations of it or something like that. But yeah, so we have Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure. So again, it's kind of like this soul-led kind of thing here, where you feel guided to do something. This momentum towards change. And as I say, change, right? The number 5, we've talked about it more than once on the reading so far, but it's definitely about the fact that there's some major changes happening and you feel very guided towards it. Now, the thing is, again, it's hard because when you're talking about, severing ties with, old ways of doing things, old ways of thinking, so on and so forth, it's like, oh, okay, well, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I'm ready for that, But they're like, look, this is what you're being guided to do. I'm even like, even though it didn't show up in the reading, like I'm seeing it, I'm envisioning like 6 of swords in my head, like moving from the rougher waters to the calmer waters. Transitional period of your life. Detox, preparing the body, mind, and spirit. So, this might be a time to do a little bit of, self-love, self-care kind of rituals. Whatever that looks like for you. Go get your nails done, go get your hair done, get a massage, take a spiritual bath, light some candles. Like aromatherapy might be your thing. I love aromatherapy. I love when I walk in the house and it smells good. I love lavender and vanilla and many other things, but whatever that looks like to you. But something that allows you to kind of, release any negative stale ass energy out of yourself, out of your body. But yeah, they're definitely saying mind, body, soul. Like you're focusing on all of it, getting in balance with yourself. Bottom of the deck we have Horseman, Herald of Change. I can't make this shit up. Herald of Change. Change, change, change. 13. Dream thief, refusal of the call. They're like, you've been being called. This is like an ego death kind of thing. Number 13 on there. This is like an ego death, and you guys are fucking not listening. And as in you guys, I mean also myself. Thanks, Spirit, for calling me out. Yeah, like not heeding to what they're calling you to do. Like there's things that are they're pushing you, they're nudging you, they're like, do this. And some of you, either you have done it, but you had a hard time doing it, and you might still be struggling with the decision that you had to make. For others, you're in the process of doing it, but you haven't quite done it yet, so on and so forth. So it's like whatever this change is or changes. But yeah, it's time. Heed the call. Middle of the deck, we have Winter's Dream, gestation period. Now, remember, winter is almost over. I saw 5505 when I said that. Winter is almost over. And yeah, with winter being almost over, like keep in mind that the winter is it's like a preparation period for the spring. So, we do whatever we do, we rest up or whatever during it's like a kind of dead period too. Like, we're slowly working towards what comes for the spring. And then when the spring comes, that's when, all these things are unveiled, all this new stuff that comes through. But right now, this is kind of like that period of like almost being dormant, but it's also like the nearing the beginning stages of what you're going to be focusing on when spring comes around, giving life and creation to something new. So we talked about these new things that are coming in, right? All right, so let's do healing waters. I'm going to do maybe 3 from here. Because what good is a message about healing if I don't have messages about healing? So we have, excuse me, the pink dolphin, celebration, fun, unbridled joy, and open heart is in the reverse. So you guys have not been having any fun lately. They're definitely calling for you to do something fun, do something for yourself. King Tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. So we have a lot of cards that are talking about like kind of living your life in its fullest. Prosperity and great gains coming towards you. But the thing is, it's like, there could be that lack of faith of like when and if it's going to actually happen, which I totally understand because I feel like that myself a lot of the time. But again, that's the whole purpose of this message. It's about finding that sense of motivation again during a harder time or after a period of feeling, a sense of loss. So I felt guided to do this for a reason. I do hope that this message is making sense and it resonates because I feel like there were some important keynotes here. Excuse me. Planetary wave, soul mission, trust the inner call. Where's that card? See if I can find it again. Probably not. Was that on the top of the deck? Yep, look. Trust the inner call. Ironically, this card was on the bottom of the deck too. I believe it was on the bottom just now. That part right there. Trust the inner call. And then refusal of the call. Yeah, it was on the top. So yeah, and look, we saw that. I just happened to look. I just wanted to see what was underneath that card. The wall, obstacles. Remember, we saw the wall in the other card. I mean, the other deck earlier, talking about obstacles, right? By not allowing yourself to accept, what you're being guided to do is going to cause delays. So don't allow your refusal. I just heard the word disdain. Your disdain of change to be the thing that, kind of holds you back. Again, easier said than done. Trust me, I know. I get it. But, there's so much greatness here, right? I heard the word richness. There's richness here. And when I say richness, I don't mean like financially. I mean just in general, All right, what we got? We got the well maidens, kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. Now, as I look at this card, I almost feel like they're saying this is how you need to be with yourself. Remember, we were talking about that sense of self-love, self-care. I almost feel like this is for you. Especially as I look at the picture, like it's almost like underneath her, there's like a almost like it looks like a womb to me. That's not actually what it is, but it's like what I envision. And then it's herself on each side of that womb, like giving birth to herself or caring and nurturing herself. It's like caring for and nurturing herself. It came out with Selkie. Come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. It's in the reverse. So remember, I was saying earlier, like there's a sense of, by holding back on who you really are, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're not allowing yourself to really focus on that self love because you're not allowing yourself to be truly who you are. You're missing out on that opportunity to be able to be as true and real and authentic and raw as you possibly can be, which over time, that's going to cause you hindrances. That's going to cause a lot of pain to be holding back on what you really need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. The pink dolphin is on the bottom of the deck again. Get two more. Again, if this message is resonating, definitely let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. If you're new, please and thank you. Hit the subscribe button as well. The ripple effect, part of something bigger. I literally, wow, I can't. Details are taken care of. I was like, there's a bigger picture here. I said that earlier. Like, there's a bigger picture of what's happening here. You might not be able to see all of it just yet, but there is something happening. Ride the waves on the bottom of the deck. Life lessons and growth. You will get through this. Wow. It's like, I love the ending of readings sometimes where like everything comes back full circle and it all just like connects. It makes me feel like, yeah, whatever I was like picking up on, there's confirmation here. Or when you guys, say, oh yeah, that's exactly what's going on in my own life. Yes, that means that, even if my message only resonates with one person, at least I know that somebody who was meant to see this message, saw what they needed to see and heard what they needed to hear. Gentle force. There's a second card that came out with it. Gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the longing. So just remain diligent and, keep working on what you've been working on yourself, right? Um, yeah. I'm picking up on like almost like the Knight of Pentacles energy, that sense of dedication, the long haul. It's like, you know, I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. It's like, everything's happening like not necessarily in the most opportune times, right? But they're happening when they're supposed to, right? Divine timing at play here. So just keep, pushing, keep moving forward and going towards what it is that you need to go towards. I just heard Sounds of Blackness, Optimistic, that song from the 90s. Um, Keep your head to the sky. Yeah, that one. I don't know all the lyrics, but like I hear it, and it showed up on my playlist the other day when I was driving. I was like, I love that song. Very inspirational song. We have the Sirens. Look, and that came out with Gentle Force. Use your voice, expansion, and freedom. You can't make this shit up, even if you wanted to. I just heard the theme song to In Living Color. God, my clairaudience is like on point today. You can do what you wanna do in living color. Some of you guys might be artists, like actually like paint and stuff and draw. Somebody might resonate with that. We have into the unknown. We talked about the unknown earlier. Underworld, depth, courage, face your fears. In the reverse on the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, so there's like a fear-based response here, which is definitely understandable, right? Give yourself some grace here. The sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. It's in the reverse on the top of the deck. For those of you who are resonating with this being about love, they're saying, oh. You might be afraid to put yourself out there again when it comes to romance, but trust and believe. Once you put yourself out there again, when you're ready, um, there will be something great on the other side of all of that. You've done what you needed to do. You've learned the lessons, right? Ride the waves is here again. Life lessons and growth. You will get through this. So that sense of healing, hence the purpose of this reading, um, and moving forward, right? Of course, one of those kind of things easier said than done naturally, right? But I do feel like a lot of you guys who resonate with this, I think a lot of you guys are kind of tired of just like the same old mundane thing. You know what I mean? Being alone and isolated. It's like, okay, I've been doing this for a while now. Let me kind of start venturing out again, whether it's romantically or just having fun and stepping out. You know, weather's breaking. For those of us who've been cooped up in the house all winter in the colder states, right? Like, go out, have fun. Um, So I split the deck here. We have Paul the Venetian, gifted one, revealing hidden talents. Can't make this shit up. Opportunities to shine. And then we also have the divine director. Trust the process. Create space for divine order to unfold. Interesting. This is just for me splitting this deck here. So I'm gonna get like 3 cards from here, and I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pull one last card from one more deck, and it's an affirmation, and then that will be the end of the reading. Again, if you guys have been resonating with this reading, which I hope you have been, um, thank you for being here and trusting me, and greatly appreciate all of you. So let's get 3 from here, and that will be that from this one. We have Serape's Bay. Paradigm shift. Activation to grow, make the necessary change in reverse. So, yes, change is hard, right? That's on the bottom of the deck. Change is hard, and they're putting a lot of emphasis on that throughout this reading. They're like, look, we understand. Change is not easy, but it is inevitable. In fact, change is the only constant, right? Everything changes. So, we have to allow ourselves to be adaptable and flexible and allow these things to happen. We have Kathumi here, initiary. So we have another card about something about initiation. Am I bugging? I might be bugging. Initiary experience. Your current situation is initiating your gifts. Interesting. Very interesting. Remember, I was saying something that I'm picking up on some of you guys having your own intuitive gifts or spiritual gifts. Some of you might be intuitives. Ishtar, inner learnings. Lots about this inner work, right? Follow your heart, truth prevails. Yes. That's like high priestess energy right there. Inner learnings. All right. One more from here. Yeah, fine-tuning your gifts is also what I'm getting, like for somebody. Fine-tuning your gifts, for those of you who resonate with that. If you've been having a hard time trusting yourself when it comes to that, they're trying to convince you to work on your sense of faith within yourself. Horus, as an eye of Horus. Manifestation vortex. Belief makes manifest. Remember I was talking about mindset can only get you so far, right? You gotta actually believe in the stuff. You can't just say stuff like, oh, light as a feather, stiff as a board, and then like like I don't know why they told me to say that. That was weird. But no, seriously, like, you can sit there and like try to blow smoke and daisies up your own ass all you want to, but like, that is only gonna get you so far. Mindset is definitely important, but at the same time, actually surrendering and releasing and allowing yourself to fully truly believe stuff, when it comes to that stuff, that's that kind of thing, like, really the whole, like, law of attraction and all that stuff. I remember Latishi posted something a while back. What was it? Law of what was it? Law of shit. It wasn't law of attraction, but it was like law of, not law of belief, but law of, like, I can't think of the word right now. If you're still here, Lati, let me know if you remember when you posted about that. Um, I remember watching Assumption. There you go. Thank you. I knew it was something with an A. But yeah, law of assumption, which is like basically saying I assume that this to be true and this is what's going to happen, versus just trying to convince yourself to believe something, because sometimes it doesn't always work like that. But I found that to be quite fascinating. We have Green Terra here on the bottom of the deck. Healing light, wellness unfolding. Yes. Know that healing is a journey, and that journey is not linear, my friends. It is not linear. It takes time, it takes effort, and it's going to be ebb and flow. You're going to have your days where everything's great, and you're going to have your days where things aren't going to be always so great. Um, but the whole point is, even in those times, those trying times where things are not always the best, having that sense of faith regardless, having that assumption that everything is all good. I love that. Lady Nada, expanded heart, openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved. Yes. Love that. I just heard it's a Bob Marley song. Something like "so good to be loved" or something like that. I don't know the words, and that might not be the actual words, but like it's something like that. It's like a faster song. Anybody who might be a Bob Marley fan, but I'm hearing it, but like I don't know all the words. Like I just hear it like kind of like bobbing my head. um, no fucking way. That same song, Lati. What? I can't, girl. Can't make this shit up. No fucking way. Um, Middle of the deck, we have Sana Kumara, open channel, signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. Sacred information. I almost want to hear that song now. It's a good song. I like Bob Marley. It's definitely like a high vibrational song. All right, so another deck that was gifted to me from my girl, Aya Inspired Tarot. It is this deck here. Sorry, I found it the top. Sweet ass affirmations. I like it. So I'm gonna shuffle and then I'm gonna pick just one card, and that will be the end of this reading. And again, for those of you who have been here and have been resonating with this message, I greatly appreciate you guys for sticking around. I definitely hope that you got something out of this. Greatly appreciative of all of y'all for sure. One more shuffle. Alright, so let's pull a card. Ooh, wow. This came out fast. Alright, we got two cards, so I'm going to take both. Alright, so as I seize my moments, they are mine forever. Yes, seizing those opportunities as they present themselves. All right, so let's read what it says in the back. Does life ever feel out of control? We just were talking about that. You wake up and realize you're trading your time doing things you don't really care about so you can make money and buy things you don't really need to impress a bunch of goobers. That's funny, goobers. You don't even like. How will that change if you reclaim your power and repurpose your energy to support your passions, purpose, and all that excites you? When you seize the moment, it's yours forever. If it makes you smile, it's worth the endeavor. That's bars. Okay, wait, I'm gonna read that last part again. When you seize the moment, it's yours forever. If it makes you smile, it's worth the endeavor. Yo, yes. I love that. All right, and the other affirmation here is I welcome and expect magic, miracles, wizards, and source into my life. We talked about connecting with source and within the power and magic of yourself, right? Let's see what this card actually says on the back. Many illusions within this world have taught you that you are realistic if you doubt magic, miracles, wizards, and source. But the truth is, you are realistic only if you expect magic, miracles, wizards, and source. And what you expect, you shall have in abundance. We talked about abundance earlier. It's time to give that wand a whirl. They're basically saying that there's so much magic within yourself already that you possess that you don't give yourself nearly enough credit for. And they're also saying make sure that you allow yourself to have that stronger sense of connection with source as well, because source is going to strengthen you during this time. Tap into that magic. There's a song by if any of you guys are into like neo soul type music, um Amel Larue. um she's the lead singer from it. So a lot of you guys, if you don't know her necessarily, you might remember the group Groove Theory from the 90s. Remember that song, tell me if you want me to, if you want my time. So the lead singer from that group, her name is Amel Larue, and she has a song called Magic. And it's like she says, tap into your magic. How does the chorus go? The stress levels high and the morale's low, and the wind is looking like it's about to blow your mind to the moon. Stop what you're doing, tap into your magic. Feels good soon as you hack it. And if you forgot you had it, was right where you have it. Reach into you and drag it out. Yeah, it's a good song. But which album is that one from? I think it's from her album called Morning. I think it's what, her third album. But yeah, it's really really good song. I used to listen to that song like whenever I was having like a rough day and I just needed a little bit of a boost. Yeah, that song will help me tap into my magic. So with all that said, my lovies, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I'm happy I tapped in today into my magic so that I can show you guys how valuable and magical you guys are. Each one teach one, right? Sometimes, when we're going through shit, it's okay to, be in our own circumstances, working on ourselves. But sometimes, when you do need something outside of yourself to kind of help you out and make you feel, you know, make you feel good about, where you're going on this journey in life, hey, these are the times where we rely on each other. So if it made me feel good knowing that I was able to take this message, deliver it to you, and hopefully do something meaningful today. Um, I feel good. So I hope that you guys feel good too. So with all that said, I love you guys. And yeah, until next time, hopefully tomorrow. Um, yeah, until next time, you guys, keep on fighting the good fight. Keep working on yourselves. Keep on being amazing. And yeah, I love you guys so very, very much. So until next time, mwah, bye.